Welcome, excuse me, to my next installment in my video lecture series in economics. And in this particular video lecture, I'm going to be taking a look at uh, an example of are skyscrapers too high or too tall? Meaning, what we're going to really be taking a look at is what is the optimal height of a new building? How can we determine what the optimal height of a particular building should be or would be? And this directly relates to my urban economics course, chapter 7, figure 7-4. So in this particular graph, on the x-axis here we have the height of the building in floors, and on the y-axis we have marginal benefit and marginal cost in terms of dollars. So we're going to be taking a look at the marginal benefit and the marginal cost of a building as the number of floors increases for that particular building. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is the marginal benefit curve. So I want you to realize that the marginal benefit curve is downward sloping. The reason for this is as the building gets taller, adds on more floors, you have to add additional elevator space into that building. So for example, you might have, let's say, a 10-story building and one set of elevators is going to be enough to accommodate the traffic in that building. But once you get above that level, let's say up to 20, you're going to need 2 sets of elevators. And then when you get to 30 feet, you might need 3 sets of elevators in order to efficiently move people through the building up and down. But when you do this, for example, if we were at 10 stories and a set of 2 elevators was enough, once I get to 11 through 20, I might have to add an additional set of elevators. But in doing that, I have to add those elevators for all the floors, from the first floor to the 10th floor. So by adding the additional space above that threshold of 10 that I was talking about, I'm adding additional rentable space, but I'm also taking away rentable space in floors 1 through 10. So realize that as the building gets taller and taller, you have to install more and more banks of elevators to effectively move people up and down through the building, but that means that you're taking away space from existing floors. So the marginal benefit of additional floors is decreasing due to the fact that you need to have additional elevators that take up space, but they take up space on the lower floors as well. The marginal cost of a building is going to be increasing, so we're going to have a marginal cost curve that is upward sloping. The reason for this is as you get to higher levels, taller and taller buildings, you're going to need stronger reinforcement in that building. So at 10, a 10-story building might need a specific level of reinforcement. All right, but if you go to 20 and 30, you might need more steel reinforcement. It's possible that the foundation of the building might have to be dug deeper and reinforced with higher cost. So if you get up to buildings that are 80, 90, 10 stories tall, you might have a huge foundation of this building that goes very deep into the ground. So you have to build this building so it's stable. So those reinforcement costs are going up and up and up as you add additional floors onto that building. So as you can see here, as you increase the height of a building, the marginal benefit is decreasing. And as you increase the height of a building, the marginal cost is increasing. So the optimal height of the building is going to be where the marginal cost is equal to the marginal benefit for that particular building. So for this particular example, marginal cost and marginal benefit are equal to one another when the height is equal to 50. This is the optimal height of the skyscraper that we're possibly building. This is where marginal cost is equal to marginal benefit. So make sure you realize that marginal benefit is decreasing for a building as the height goes up, The rationale for that, or the reason for it, is as the building gets higher, you need to have more and more banks of elevators, and these elevators are going to be taking up space on the lower floors as well as the upper floors. So adding additional space or getting taller is increasing the rental space that's available, but it's also decreasing the rental space that was available on the initial floors. Realize that the marginal cost is increasing because as buildings get taller, they have to be reinforced properly. The foundation might have to be dug deeper and be reinforced at a much higher level to make sure that the building is stable, maybe making sure that it doesn't sink, and that the optimal height of the building is going to be where the marginal cost and the marginal benefit are equal to one another.